This is a really cool day for us at GRASSMEN. I'm going to introduce you to Matt. Matt is basically over loading shovels and TMs. Bottom line, we were leaving back the 403. We met you for basically a cup of tea, and you brought us. What have you brought us to show us?
Well, Gareth, thank you very much. So obviously bringing back the 403, we've taken the opportunity to give you the first peek at the all-new TM 420S. This is actually currently our development machine. It's currently out on test and has been since the early part of the year. So we thought we'd take the opportunity to bring you guys over, let you have a look, give you an insight as to what you can expect coming to the market and to potentially give us some feedback.
Can I just say, am I right? This is the only one at the minute.
That's correct, Gareth. Obviously, we're bringing Stage 5 to the market across our TM range, but this is the only TM 420S development machine sort of available. We're currently doing all our test work, making sure that we've got it all tuned up and developed to be able to bring it to the market in the early part of next year.
Well, I mean, I can jump in and say right straight away, we had a 420, a 420 was available. This is now an S. The cab's obviously different, it's very noticeably different. Can you tell us a little bit about what you have done at JCB to actually make it different? Because you're just chatting on the phone with you, Matt, you're very excited about this machine.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, we launched the TM 420 at Agritechnica back at the end of 2017. And I think that the S model in the 420 has certainly been long awaited by many. It boasts 173 horsepower from our own 4-cylinder JCB diesel max engine. You'll see from the cab we've actually put the next generation cab on, and that will follow through at the launch of Stage 5 across all the TM models. Improved visibility all round, with obviously in the redesign taking operator comfort in mind. But just coming back to the engine, I'd like to sort of go back to that 173 horsepower. We've now coupled that with an 8-speed intelligent transmission, allowing us now to deliver lockup in 1 to 8 on the forward gears and now 1 to 4 on the reverse gears.
Sorry, 8-speed?
Yeah, so we've actually now taken the transmission and delivered an 8-speed for the launch of the new TMs.
Wow, because it was 6.
Correct, yes. Yeah, most definitely.
It was 6, so it's now an 8-speed, and that's JCB's own gearbox?
It is correct, yeah. It's our own designed, manufactured gearbox, and it allows us to obviously do what we need to do to be able to deliver the performance out of these machines. It also allows us to now have the ability to achieve a max speed of 50 kph.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah.
Making that the launch of Stage 5, we will have the fastest TM in the market.
And the concept coming through from the bigger wheel loaders of the torque lockup has now been brought right down into the TM range with this new gearbox.
Most definitely, and you'll see obviously it displays the red S in line with our 419S, our 435S. The TM 420S competes at 17 horsepower per tonne. The machine is probably just shy of 10 tonnes, delivering 173 horsepower.
Yeah, and that is an increase of almost 30 horse, because I remember the 420 we had at GRASSMEN HQ. It was just the local dealer's demo. A couple of years ago we had it out through the local contractor, and I remember reading the stats at the time. So we've come from, is it 145 now to 173, so we'll call that 30 horsepower roughly of an increase. And I mean simple things like look at the tyres you're getting it up onto. I mean there's 620, 70, 26s there. You know, so you're getting a good clearance. So it needs the horsepower to be able to take that weight and push through in the clamp. I would say that is what it was missing, personally.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's got the 620 tyres now, and you'll see when we have a drive of it a little later on, the stability and the performance that this machine now produces while working the pit or working the clamp. I think it's phenomenal.
these machines be bought?
Well, so we'll go into production in April 2021.
This is not that far away, really. But not only is it that the 420S is very much the hot topic here. You've given the 320, the 320S, the 420 that was already there. They've all got the same facelift.
Correct. Yeah, we've given the same facelift across the range, the same transmission, and obviously we've done various tweaks in terms of horsepower, and we've also increased the hydraulic flow. This particular model has a 39% larger hydraulic pump versus the 420, allowing us to be more productive and more efficient.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, just chatting to one of the engineers earlier, you know, the 30% increase in hydraulic, but cycle times are staying the same, but we're just able to achieve that with lesser RPMs, which is all going back to the efficiency.
It is, yeah, most definitely. So I think the peak curve is between 1200 and 1600 RPM in terms of delivering that hydraulic flow.
How has this year been for you, Matt? It's been a strange year, I have to ask this question.
I think we've all felt it, to be honest. It's been an extremely challenging year all round, both for our customers and both for us as a manufacturing company. But the one thing that is nice to do is bring a smile to people's faces with the launch of this long-awaited model. I'm excited about it, and I'm sure it's going to hit the market with a storm.
Well, look, you know, from our point of view, it looks great. We love the fact that it's in its working clothes. We love the fact that we're able to step a few miles away from the factory, come onto a farm, watch it buck rake and maize, watch it doing its thing, and no one can deny that it's doing it with absolute ease. It's bossing the clamp. But is that what you see this 420S? Do you see it as a clamp machine, or where would you be marketing this machine towards?
Well, our TM range has not been sort of developed with just clamp work in mind. I mean, we have our S-line wheeled loaders that focus on contractors and clamp work. The TM is more of an all-round machine, able to work within the dairy environment, livestock environment, but also be able to turn its hand and be able to be as efficient on the pit.
And what is its actual stats? I mean, what are we talking? What's its lift capacity and its reach?
Again, so we haven't played around too much. It remains at a 4.1 tons lift capacity, and the reach is just shy of 5.5 meters. What was seen on the previous model at the TM420, but it allows us to deliver that optimum maneuverability, that optimum tear-out performance, and again, that power-to-weight ratio.
Well, look, Matt, thank you. I think we'll go and get a wee look at it, buck rake, and a wee bit more here, and thanks for allowing us round to see it. It's a great privilege to be able to see something like this, and personally, I think it looks really good. There's a lovely style around it, and I think the cab, for me, the improved cab is going to be a big thing. I don't want to sound wrong when I say this, but I think that's the one thing that was missing the day we had a look at the original 420.
Yeah.
And that's maybe why you've made it better. But
yeah.
And so yeah, I think it'll be a really good, popular machine, and I would imagine it will have a lot of people interested back home, because it's that sort of in between, isn't it?
Yeah, no, most definitely. And I mean, just coming back to your styling point there, we've reprofiled and restyled the roof and the rear bonnet, coupled with the stainless steel exhaust option now. And we've also reprofiled the rear counterweight, moving to more of a 3-piece counterweight as opposed to the original 1-piece counterweight. And it now features rear LED lights as standard.
And height, you've kept the height down, if that makes any sense. You know,
yeah, we haven't gone up in height with the new cab. We've improved the ergonomics, but obviously with the forefront of the operator in mind, and keeping the overall size of the machine within the parameters that we'd like to be.
No, because I think it's still staying there within it. Is it 2.9 meters or something like that to the top of the cab? And a lot of the competition in their pivot steers are a good bit higher.
Yeah, I mean, with the environment we work in, obviously in dairy, livestock, I mean, you want to be making sure that we can cater for all segments of the market. So, as you say, 2.9 on the height. With the 620 tyres, we're looking at 2.55 on the front, which allows us to access most sheds.
Lovely. thank you very much, Matt, and we'll hopefully get a look at a new one. We better let this man back at the buck rake, and he's getting very itchy feet here.
Yeah, well, thank you for taking the opportunity to join us today and giving us a little bit of feedback on our new machine.
Thank you.